Hey guys, it's Kerry with Ready to Rides and UTV Overnights, and I wanted to go over a quick review. I've had this tent for a little over 2 years and have spent over 80 nights in this thing with it on my side-by-side, my FJ, and in the back of my truck. And we've been to locations all over: Grand Canyon, Bryce Canyon, Coral Pink, Sand Hollow, just to name a few. So I wanted to do a review on this C6. It's actually from C6 Outdoors, and it's their Rev Tent, on how it's just holding up through the abuse, because we're using this thing on our side-by-side. I'm using these anchor points and everything. And I'll be honest with you, it's not like I'm not going to Sand Hollow with this thing and going through the dunes. It's not like I'm not taking it over the whoops. Like, I'm strapping this thing on at 25, 35 pounds with our gear in it, and I feel like I'm abusing it way worse than a lot of people would. And so I've been thoroughly impressed with it. Let me kind of show you how we've been tying it down, because a lot of people have been asking questions on the anchor points. How's it holding up? How's the stitching holding up? How are the zippers holding up? Let's just dive right into it. So how we tie ours down is, I want you to picture the roll bar of the side-by-side as my hand here, my arm. We go around that roll bar, come back through, and then there's anchor points all along this on the bottom here. And those get cinched down pretty dang tight. And originally I was worried about that, and we were going all the way across when it was folded up both directions to make an X. And after I got these, I just started cinching them down. It was a lot quicker. And I'm happy to report we have not ripped any out. I don't see any stitching coming out of the membrane, because there's a waterproof membrane that it's sewn into, and everything's been working great as far as that goes. Zippers. I will be honest with you, I'm pretty dang hard on zippers, and I find myself when I'm going to get in and out of this, I almost like kind of tear it down, which you should not do with a zipper. And I've put it through that type of abuse, and I don't have any of the 4 zippers in all the 3 separate layers having any issues. And that's with me abusing the heck out of these zippers. So I've been pretty dang impressed with it, because we've got some low budget tents I used when I was a kid, and those just didn't hold up. So far so good. And I mean, you could imagine how many times in the 80 nights I've spent in this, that these 2 big windows have been open and closed. Another thing, all of the little holders in these things, they're kind of tied together with this, I don't know, I want to call it an elastic band. But anyways, normally on low budget stuff, all that stretches out, and these things would not be kind of clipping together and holding together real well. These don't have slack in them. I haven't had to take them off and like retension them or anything like that. So that's been super awesome. No rain. We've been out, and they haven't been super torrential, heavy rains, but I've never gotten any of our gear wet. And even with it on the top of the side-by-side or on our FJ, I mean, we've been through some pretty dang hard storms with it folded up on there. And the way that the membrane comes over the zippers, no water has ever gotten in any of our gear. We've always been dry, and that's been a huge plus and everything as far as that goes. Let's talk about kind of some of the other gear that we've used with them as well, because we've got what they call a gear loft in this thing. And it's just somewhere you can put your cell phone to watch a movie or tablet to watch a movie. It clips in up here. I put my glasses in there at night, headlamp in there to shine, kind of inside and stuff. And that's been a great accessory. One thing I've modified on that is I've actually zip tied all the points, because I found when I was opening it, it was kind of, parts were falling off of it. It doesn't clip in, it just kind of slides in. But that is an easy modification that I made that's going to make a world of difference. Their blankets held up really good. It's actually back here, and I'll grab it real quick. This is their Mother Tucker blanket. It is made specifically for the size of this tent, and it's a cross between a sleeping bag and a blanket. So we weren't so sure about these at first, but I have grown to love this thing, because my feet can go in this little pouch here, and it can keep my feet nice and warm, but then I've got the ability to move around like I'm not, stuck in a sleeping bag. So it's been super nice, no problems with that. I would recommend you guys get their pillows if you get one of these. They're removable, or the inside of the material here is removable, so you can make that to your liking. It's got a zipper here, and they're pillow cases. I've actually got them in the washer, but they've got a little pocket where they fold under, and they've stayed together really great. And when I fold mine up, I leave that Mother Tucker blanket in here, both these pillows in here, and my sleeping bag in here, just in case it's really cold. Half the time that sleeping bag's not used, you know, in the summertime, but it's there if I need it. And I can fold that all up, and I think it comes in weight-wise at 34 pounds. And I mean, that's super, super light. I don't even notice it on the top of our side-by-sides because of how light that is. And anything comparable would be about 80 pounds or more. So for the versatility of this thing, I've been blown away. The mattress is held up great. It's kind of broken in now, I want to say, because when I fold mine up versus the other 4 that we have, I notice mine like takes a shape a lot easier and everything, so it is broken in. It seems like the more that I've used it, the easier it's gotten to zip up and stow and, you know, get back out and put back up. To be honest with you, there's kind of a break-in period where even this stuff on a new tent, you have to use it and everything. And I think my wife would agree with me, before this becomes easy to come in and out, just because the tent's so fresh and so new. But no tears in any of the material. It's truly been a game changer for us. And I honestly sleep better in this thing than I do at home. My wife doesn't necessarily like that, because when I'm out and I'm comfortable, I can stay out longer, but it is what it is. But yeah, if you guys have any other, you know, comments or questions, or want to come try one of these for yourself, we actually have the ability to rent you one of ours. You could show up with your side-by-side, your Jeep, and we could put one of these on the top. You could go try it for yourself, make sure I'm not lying to you. And I think you'll be picking one up by the time you leave here, or take that one with you and pay me for it, because they're truly amazing on what they can do and the versatility of them. But if you guys would like to come out and test one for yourself, give us a call, 435-668-2288 or 435-668-7255, and we will see you guys on the trail.